coalman?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we saw you on the stage, and we couldn't really understand. Where are we today? Where are we?
Oh, you don't know where we are? We are actually at Africa Days, you know, also called Africa Target in Vain. Yeah, Flores of Abruzzo, somewhere there. So that's where we're at. And the stage belongs to Ghetto Man. The time he saw me on the stage. Yes.
Yeah, because we could see that a lot of people are very happy to see you people on the stage performing. What is exactly, how do you get this audience to make them to put smiles on their faces? Because we can understand that in Vienna, a lot of people who don't smile.
This is our job. Most Saja Rastafari created that to come and put smiles in people's hearts, and this is what appears through their face. And for this reason, they invited Ghetto definitely to come and do the same job, and this is I job. So I come in to support Ghetto also as I brethren, you know. So that is not a surprise for us. So whenever we do our job good, it must appear on the faces of the people and on their body. This is why you see them moving and wiggling and laughing and smiling and screaming too, you know what I mean? So this is our duty, and we'll give Jah all the glory and praises for that whenever we got it.
Thank you. And then again, what is this connection between you and Ghetto Man? Because I could see that there's something very, something that connected to you.
Yeah, it's Rastafari. This is one blood. Actually, we are connected to every human being. This is why we can put smile into every human being, because we know who is inside. Most Jah who reigneth inside everyone, and that is the spirit. And I call it I. So it's another I everywhere. So we are more than connected, we are one.
What does that mean, I and I and I?
Because in you, in every so-called you, Babylon say you, but I say I. Rastafari say I. Because it's one spirit that is in everybody. So, and that is the spirit of the Most High, Jah, Rastafari. So the same spirit is in the I, and in the I, and in another I, and every I. So it's one spirit. Since we identify with one God, so it's one I everywhere. There is, you is segregation, you is discrimination. So I is unification. So we don't even say unification, we say I-nification. Instead of unity, we say I-nity. Yes, I.
Bless I learned this today.
Selassie I.
Selassie I is the founder of Rastafarian movement.
Selassie is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, fulfilling the prophecy of the returning of Christ. If you read your Psalm 87, you can understand it. If you read your Revelation chapter 5, you can understand it. When you check your Isaiah 9, you can understand it. When you check your Zephaniah 3:10, you can understand it. So the whole Bible talk about it. The Garden of Eden is in Ethiopia. Check where the Gulf of Eden is, so you can understand everything. So it's the reality. That is Christ's return. That is Christ's new name. He said when he shall come with new name. And that is the new name, to make it simple.
What is the difference between Christ, Jah, and Selassie?
Christ, the real name of Christ is Messiah. Mashiach. That is what Greek call Christ. And Mashiach, the real name of the Mashiach is Yahoshua. And when you hear Jah, Jah means Yah, actually Yah. So it's not a new thing. Yahoshua means God our Savior. That's the name of Christ. Christ the Messiah, Yahoshua. So Babylon changed it for whatever reason and call it Zeus or Jesus, and are changing it, but people don't know, are ignorant of it. So, and the same man returned with a new name. There are no difference. It's only generation gap. It's just the next, the fulfillment of the words of the same one in the olden days. So it's nothing new. No differences, you know. It only marks the stages in passage of time in this life we are living. As we started from Adam, and we are continuing till eternity.
Thank you very much, because I know that if we continue to stress this,
yes,
maybe
we will not sleep, and I will have a lot to say.
You have a lot to say. Thank you very much. And then
my pleasure.
What can you tell us about these African days? What is...
Yeah, it's a good thing to call in the name of Africa, gathering people together those who are making what they are making, some may be making their money or have different businesses, but I will never forget that it's in the name of Africa. And I are defendants of Africa, and the whole world is Africa actually, because Africa is the mama of all. So it's a nice thing whenever they say Africa target, we know, okay, we have to come and see a lot of people coming in the name of Africa. So you see a lot of things from Africa. It's not the fullness of Africa, but a breeze of Africa, so let's say. But it's not a bad thing. It must be positive, definitely, because we are Africans. They call on our name, and we come around. Yes, I.
So you mean that this Africa target is a very good thing?
Definitely good to mention Africa. So everybody around Austria, Vienna these days hear about Africa target, Africa target. There are people who never mention Africa in their life, but this time they hear Africa, so it just makes Africa get mentioned. But it's just a pinch of the news or what we got to do with Africa, you know, because people don't do a lot of Africa or about Africa. So, but it's a good thing, definitely, to mention Africa and to have a thing in the name of Africa.
Do you have any wishes to the organizer of this Africa Day?
I wish them to understand more of Africa and know fulfillment of prophecy towards African from Africa, and what richness Africa can give the whole world, you know, what will never come from every other place. Because whenever you hear people talking about Africa, they talk about help and things, a lot of things to how to help Africa. But when they go inside Africa and love Africa, they can see that there's a lot of help that Africa is going to give them, that nature put in Africa to give them. So, which will free them from the force system that is controlling the earth, actually. So that is the breaking of the chain of the conquering lion that breaks every chain asunder.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Rastafari bless.